The Oakland Raiders were, like, almost as bad as the Cleveland Browns for over a decade, or maybe even worse. Hey, the Browns won 10 games in 2007. As for the Raiders, they kept making terrible draft choices, as virtually every first-round pick in Oakland became a bust. But over the past couple of seasons, the Raiders went from a laughingstock to a team with a future that's brighter than the sun in the Arizona desert. Okay, maybe not that bright, but you get the idea though. I'm Justin Fraction, and here are 8 reasons why the Raiders will win a Super Bowl in the very near future. Number 8, hitting the draft pick jackpot. The Raiders' first-round picks used to be awful. Robert Gallery went absolutely nowhere, and they took Jamarcus Russell first overall in 2007 instead of some guy named Calvin Johnson. Remember Darius Hayward-Bay? Oh yeah, that didn't turn out very well. But my, have things changed recently. They drafted superstar Khalil Mack with the 5th pick in 2014. They got their future QB Derek Carr in the 2nd round of that same draft. Mack is only going to be the NFL's best defensive player in no time. Carr's a superstar now. And wide receiver Amari Cooper, the 4th pick in 2015, is a top 10 receiver. The Raiders are nailing their picks with Reggie McKenzie at the helm. Number 7, balanced offense. It's hard to stop an offensive juggernaut that's two-dimensional. Most teams that have elite quarterbacks don't have great running backs. Most teams with great running backs have average or mediocre signal callers. In Oakland, you have Carr, the pure pocket passer. Amari Cooper and his sidekick Michael Crabtree are evolving as the league's most dangerous receiving duo. And in the ground game, you have Latavius Murray, who's going to keep threatening for 1,000 rush yards every year behind an amazing offensive line. Defenses are going to have to pick their poison, and that can't be much fun. Number 6, the killer C's. Cooper and Crabtree sitting in a tree, Kathcing. We'll start with Crabtree. He went from the number 1 receiver in San Francisco to an even better number 2 receiver in Oakland. In his first season with Carr, he caught 85 passes for 922 yards and 9 touchdowns. That was the 2nd best season of his career. And then you have Cooper, who's on his way to a 2nd straight 1,000-yard season. Put it this way. In his first 25 career games, he has 130 catches, 1,913 yards, and 8 touchdowns. This lethal twosome will dominate the AFC for years to come, and you need good receivers to win games. Number 5, what goes around comes around for the fans. While the Raiders have 3 Super Bowls in their history and some teams have won 0 Super Bowls, the Oakland faithful have had their hearts broken too many times. The Tuck Rule game, the blowout in Super Bowl 37, and over a decade of sucking big time. Well, it didn't stop the Raiders faithful from displaying their insane passion and love for the team. The Oakland Coliseum is always filled up, and it's a tough place for opponents to play. Raiders fans, you stayed loyal, now you're getting what you deserve. Number 4, AFC powerhouses are getting old. If the Raiders aren't good enough to compete with the old dogs, which they are anyway, they do have father time on their side. Allow us to explain. Tom Brady is 39 years old. He's retiring sooner rather than later. The best QB in the AFC is out of the picture. Ben Roethlisberger of the Pittsburgh Steelers is 34. Oakland is already a better team anyway. The Denver Broncos? Well, Oakland beat them on the road in 2015 and in Week 9 of 2016. They're good enough to hang in there. Look at 3 years down the road. Pittsburgh and New England will be new teams, and Denver may not even be better than Oakland at this point anymore. Number 3, young core. When your core players are old, the championship window is small. But when you're the Raiders, this window has 10 years easily. Khalil Mack and Derek Carr don't turn 26 until next year. That's super young for 2 guys who are already dominating. Amari Cooper is only 22 years old. Latavius Murray is 27 in the new year, but he has a handful of years left. If Oakland's not a contender now, they will be next year and the year after that, times 10. Number 2, Derek Carr. His brother David is one of the biggest draft busts ever, but Derek already looks like a bona fide star for the long run. In his rookie year, he threw 3,270 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 12 picks. In year 2, it was 3,987 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 13 picks. And he's on pace to throw over 4,000 yards in 2016. Carr is already a near elite quarterback with room to grow. A great QB gives any team a chance to win Super Bowls. Oakland has that in Carr. And number 1, Khalil Mack. Without J.J. Watt, the Houston Texans are on par with the Cleveland Browns. Without Von Miller, Denver doesn't win Super Bowl 50, nor did they even make it that far. One defensive player can make the difference in football. Mack is that guy for the Raiders. In year 2, Mack broke out with 15 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. A laughingstock defense now has a complete game changer. Mack will be a force to be reckoned with for years, and that gives the Raiders every chance they need to win a Super Bowl. Do you think the Raiders will win a Super Bowl by 2020? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.